A history ignored is a history repeated. Thus, a man who loses and learns not from his errors is a man twice defeated. Good evening. It is an honor to be here as we take time to remember, celebrate, and dream. If I could just have a personal moment here, I'm going to ask you all to appease me in doing a couple of things. I didn't eat because I'm already nervous, but I did see, and I continue to see, some amazing service being offered by what I would consider some fine young ladies and young men. And I heard that there are volunteers as well. So you all just give the amazing team. I believe the service is better than the applause. So can we just go a little bit louder, a little louder for them, please? So I want to tell you all, so young ladies, young men, someone's always watching. Even if you are behind the scenes, even though we might seem to ignore you, without you, this would not be possible. So we thank you all for your continued service. There are a special group of individuals that make a night like tonight possible. Those that sometimes we tend to forget, those that we might unintentionally disrespect, but we might have some of these distinguished individuals with us here today, and those are going to be our military vets, active service, reservists. Wait. I got the mic. So here's what we're going to do. Because not everything and everyone deserves equal weight. Would you all agree? So, would my military vets, my active service, and my reservists or first responders, would you simply raise your hands, please? Raise them high. Everyone else, here's what I need. Because respect and honor are due. If your hand is raised, I know it might seem heavy, just keep it up. Everyone else, would you please stand to your feet? And let's give these ladies and gentlemen the standing ovation. There we go. Thank you all. You all may be seated. Because without you, there is no February 10th, 2024. And we do not take your service, your commitment, your sacrifice for granted. Now, there's another group of individuals, the family members of active service, reservists, military vets, and first responders. Would you raise your hands? And can we just give them a round of applause, please? Round of applause. Now, I know some of you family members thought that you were going to get a standing ovation as well. Better luck next time. But here's why I say that. We understand the sacrifice and the service that you all make. We understand that whether you're on deployment or your family member is on their shift, that a large piece of your heart goes out with them. And we want you to know that we love you and that we're praying for you. So earlier tonight, an amazing group of young people got up here and gave the history about George Washington Carver. And it took me back to a time, if you all look at my mom's face, she remembers this, that I was met with temporary defeat. It was at the state 4-H public speaking competition. I got up to do a speech on none other than Dr. George Washington Carver. The problem is that as I stood up, my mind sat down. And in front of a room full of my classmates, peers, my parents, and my brothers, I lost my place and I began to cry. And I looked and I saw my mom and my dad and expected them to say, "It's okay, son, come sit down." That was not the response that I received. They looked at me and did this. I would like to tell you that I won the competition. I did not. I would like to tell you that my failure didn't sting. It did. I would like to tell you that my older and younger brother were comforting in this moment. I need not even finish. Many of you know me, some of you don't. A few of you wish you didn't. When I look around this room and stare into the eyes of each of you, I see hope. Some of you hope that I'm good. Others hope that I'm funny. But most importantly, all of you hope that I'm brief. I promise to be 2 out of the 3. I am excited to be home. I'm excited to be here. Not only here in this location, in this room full of beautiful people, but also here at this moment in time. A time of both confusion and clarity, of love and hate, white and black and other. She's Cuban American. Y'all will get it tomorrow. A time of challenge and opportunity. Today is a historic day. Not because of the words that I will speak, but because of the actions that will be taken by those who hear. I am aware that tonight the Florala Wildcat basketball team is battling the Leroy Bears in the playoffs. Yes. Go Wildcats. Yep. Therefore, some who wanted or even needed to be here this evening are absent. Yes. On their behalf, I challenge each of you in attendance to repeat my message to them and for them in word and in deed. Some friends of mine asked if I had written a speech or if I was simply going to speak from my heart off the cuff. Well, this is my attempt to do both. I've learned that matters of the heart are too serious to be left to chance. The consequences of a significant moment missed are too great to be trusted to memory and emotion. Think for a moment of the consequences of Rosa Parks never sitting, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. never marching, or President Barack Obama never running. This gala, ladies and gentlemen, is a matter of the heart. As I continue, I ask you to consider the words of Condoleezza Rice. What you know today can affect what you do tomorrow. But what you know today cannot affect what you did yesterday. I accepted the invitation to stand before this room full of anticipation, knowing that it will be accompanied by responsibility and weight. A responsibility to encourage dialogue, understanding, and acceptance. The weight of our individual and collective realities. A weight that is too heavy for a single laborer to carry. So I ask all of you tonight, would you be my co-laborers? A duty to the truth. So a co-laborer, Timothy, I'm sorry, y'all gotta talk to my man Timothy.
Thank you.
So a co-laborer is someone who will work alongside you, with you, to accomplish a goal. Will you help me?
Yeah.
There we go. So, what did y'all expect? I have a duty to the truth. The truth can make us laugh, make us cry, force us to carry feelings of shame, and sometimes the truth can cause us to question our beliefs. But most importantly, the truth shall set us free. Our truth is this: the past has left many of us battered and some of us bitter. It has left us searching for answers in a room where only additional questions reside. The past has long since gone and took with it our desires, hopes, and dreams. Unfortunately, the dream of August 28th, 1963 is now the only dream that we can barely remember.
Yes.
Our truth is this: life can be difficult. It can bring the best of us to our knees, to a position of weakness and defeat that we must transform into a powerful position of prayer and submission. Our truth is this: the road ahead is too distant and too challenging to be traveled alone. This journey requires each of us to intentionally act with love and definiteness of purpose. There will be detours and roadblocks. We will be pushed beyond our limits at the risk of running out of gas. The truth is this: Deuteronomy 31:6 reads, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them." Say them. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you or forsake you. Deuteronomy 31:8 declares, "The Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged." God told Joshua, "As I was with Moses, so will I be with thee." Tonight, I tell you, as he was with our forefathers, so will he be with us. Yes. The past, the present, the future. Yesterday, today, tomorrow. They cannot exist at the same time, yet they are intimately intertwined. The question I pose to you this evening is, what relationship will they have in your life? Today, are you grasping your yesterday so tightly that there's no room for hope in tomorrow? Is the future that our ancestors suffered to realize unattainable because we have chosen to live a life full of yesterdays? How long will we allow yesterday's pain to manifest as today's unbridled anger, resulting in endless bitterness? There is a better alternative. As strong, willful men and women, we can choose here today to remember the challenges we overcame yesterday. We can decide to celebrate the opportunities that have presented themselves to us today, even if they are disguised as problems or opposition. And, say and. Say and. Say and. We can dare to dream bigger dreams, anticipating tomorrow's victories. History is defined as a whole series of past events connected with someone or something. Now, Miss Burge, as an educated man, I am inclined to take a dissenting opinion. I believe that our history has not been completely written. It was not written yesterday or centuries ago. Our history was only partially scribed using the blood from the backs of slaves. Our history is being drafted today, and we in this room are the only capable authors. as we recount stories of yesterday's heartaches and triumphs to youthful ears. Let us do so full of energy and emotion. Let the convictions of our ancestors that embolden them to believe in a brighter morning, even in the face of death, take hold of each of us. I share with you two quotes from Khalil Gibran. First, yesterday is but tomorrow's memory, and tomorrow is today's dream. Secondly, and most importantly, out of suffering have emerged the strongest souls. The most massive characters are seared with scars. Secondly, out of suffering have emerged the strongest souls. The most massive characters are seared with scars. I said the second time so I could hear it myself. The only thing necessary for evil to triumph in the world is that good men do nothing. As we not only attempt, but are successful in rewriting history, let it not be said that we, as good men and good women, sat idly by and did nothing. L. Ron Hubbard instructed us to never regret yesterday, as painful as it might be. Life is in each of you today, and you make your tomorrow. When speaking of the Fair Housing Act of 1968, President Johnson stated, "We have come part of the way, not nearly all of it." 56 years later, these words ring truer than ever. A history ignored is a history repeated. Thus, a man who loses and learns not from his errors is a man twice defeated. Let us not handicap our future through ignorance of our past. Tonight, I close in my customary fashion. Always remember that I love you, God loves you, and there's nothing you can, I love you too. I got a heart for my babies, y'all, okay? Always remember that I love you, God loves you, and there's nothing you can do about it. And until the next time I see you, or you see me, don't be average, be world renowned. Thank you all.